legal malpractice on a failure to meet deadlines. Good afternoon. I'm Neil Burns. I'm an attorney here at Burns and Jain, and along with my partner Roshan Jain, we represent victims of legal malpractice and personal injury. I've been asked to talk this afternoon, about failing to meet deadlines in legal malpractice cases, and this happens a lot. We get a lot of these cases. I don't know why attorneys miss deadlines, but they do. The number one thing they miss is the statute of limitations. We have a lot of those cases. There are certain requirements for certain types of cases. The standard statute of limitations in Massachusetts is 3 years, but there's certain requirements for cases against government entities, against ski areas, for medical malpractice, things of that nature. And we get those cases when the attorney blows a statute of limitations, and sometimes they lie and deceive their clients about what happened. Sometimes they admit it right out, but those tend to be a lot of our cases. And what you have to understand is just because they blew the statute of limitations does not mean you have a great legal malpractice case. We have to look at the underlying case. We can get over the hurdle for their neglect, for their liability. But did you have a good underlying case? We need to look at that. And we need to look at that carefully, because sometimes you don't have a good underlying case. Sometimes that's the reason they blew it. They just were putting it off because they knew you didn't have a good case. They should have told you, but because they didn't does not mean you had a good underlying case. Many times you had a really good underlying case, and that deception goes a long way to helping us with the deadlines, with blowing the statute of limitations case by the attorney. There's other types of cases where attorneys blow the deadlines on motions, on appearing in court, on will contests, things of that nature. There are rules. There are rules of court. There are rules of law that attorneys have to follow. And you hire an attorney believing that they understand the rules and that they'll follow the rules, and that you certainly won't lose your rights or lose your case because they didn't follow the rules and blew a deadline. If you or someone in your family has been injured because of an attorney blowing a deadline, missing a deadline, not filing a motion for summary judgment or an opposition to a motion for summary judgment, and losing a motion or losing your case because of that, call Burns and Jain. It's a free initial consultation, 617-227-7423. Thank you.